is my title. So we're going to add fractions with different denominators. And I'm going to do one review of how to add fractions with common denominators, just for fun. So if I had a fraction problem that looked like this, like 2/8 plus 1/8, you're trying to figure out how many eighths you have. So you're going to combine the top. You're going to add the top, 2 plus 1 on the top. And you're going to literally copy the bottom. So you're not going to add the bottom. You're going to copy the bottom. You're going to copy the denominator. It's a common denominator. It's the same number. So if you had say a pack of gum that had 8 sticks in it, or I guess let's say it could house 8 sticks, and there were 2 sticks in this pack, and there was 1 stick in this pack. You could combine them, and you could have a pack of gum that had 3 sticks in it, right? That's all this is. So your denominators is like the quantity of something. Like if you have a pizza and it's cut into 8 pieces, that's your denominator, and the top is how many you have. So the problem with the stuff we're going to do now is it doesn't have a common denominator. So we're going to work on getting those first.
We got to work on the denominator.
And then we'll once we get a common denominator, we'll be able to add them. All right. I'm terrible at using the tools. There we go. First of all, that pen color was awful. Here, there's a bright color. Okay, so adding fractions with different denominators. This is taken straight from the packet. When the fractions and addition problem do not have the same denominators, you have to rewrite it so they do. It's basically all they're saying. So in this case, they're having us add 3/5 plus 4/15. And one of the denominators is 5, and one of the denominators is 15. You can't compare those. You can't add those together because the denominators are not the same. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to try to figure out what does 5 go into that 15 goes into. These are called multiples. Let me write this down. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to write down some multiples of 5. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. These are multiples of 5. 5 is our first denominator over here that we're using. Now I'm going to write some multiples of 15. So I have 15, I have 30, I have 45, and I'm actually going to stop because at this point, you should see a multiple that's common. The number 15 is common to both of those lists of multiples. That's going to be your common denominator. So you're going to take your problem, and I'm going to rewrite it. I know they have it done, but I'm going to rewrite it. So you have 3/5 plus 4/15. And we want common denominators. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to rewrite the fractions, both having the denominator of 15. I don't use this program, and it's so much more difficult to change your color. There you go. Okay. So I want the denominators to both be 15. So I need to figure out what can I multiply that 5 by to get 15?
3.
Yep, it's going to be 3. Perfect. And whatever you do to the bottom, you have to do to the top. So if I multiply the bottom by 3, I'm going to multiply the top by 3. And for the second fraction, I really don't have to do anything. You could say you're multiplying by 1, or you can just copy it. Okay, I'm going to get really good at changing my pen color by the end, I promise. So 3 times 3 on the top is 9. We have 9/15. 4/15 is just multiplied by 1 technically. It just stays as 4/15. And now you're going to do the same thing. You're going to copy your denominator, which I know they have it written here, but I wanted to go through it. And we're going to add the numerators. So 9 plus 4 is what goes on the top. It's just a 13. Yeah. Do you guys have any questions on this so far?
No.
Okay. Oh, we have another person here. Oh, no, that's administrator. Sorry. It said AA. That was somebody's initials. All right. Let's move to the next slide. And again, what I did this week, I just figured if I grabbed chunks from the packet, you guys could have these done. And if you were picking up your packet, you'd have them on a piece of paper. If not, you've got the packet right in front of you. So if we look at number 1, we have 2 fractions being added together. One has a denominator of 4 and one has a denominator of 2.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the common denominator? Anybody know?
Yeah.
What do you think?
2.
Yep. Excuse me, it's not 2.
Oh,
You'd
not, it's
multiply
4.
by 2. Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah. You probably were thinking that in your head, like you were going to multiply by 2. So the common denominator is 4.
Right. Okay.
That's what I think. I know why you said 2. So the top, you can say you're multiplying by 1, or you can just copy it. The bottom, you'd multiply the top and the bottom by 2. 2 times 2 gives you 4. Now your denominator's common. 1 times 2 gives you 2. So when you add these fractions, 4 is your denominator, and 3 plus 2 is your numerator.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to give you 5 over 4.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you have worked up to this packet, you did the mixed numbers packet, the mixed numbers worksheet. So you're going to figure out how many times does 4 go into 5. So 4 goes
Would it
into
be
5.
1 and 1 over 4?
Yep, 4 goes into 5 one time with 1 left over, and then you copy your denominator. So I'm going to write it up here like this. It's almost like a division problem. 4 goes into 5 one time. 1 times 4 is 4. You subtract. This is your remainder. So this is this piece right here, right? The 4 is our denominator, and this big one right here is this big one right here. It's a shame that their first example had 2 of the same numbers. But there you go.
Okay.
So far, so good, girls?
Yes.
Ladies? Take a look at the second one, not down. Let's go to the right. So in this direction, I only want to add 2 fractions at this moment. So our denominators are 3 and 6. So what would be our common denominator?
6 would be the common denominator.
It'd be 6, yep. So the bottom fraction you can just copy. The top fraction you need to multiply it by 2. Make sure you do the top by 2 and the bottom by 2. So 2 times 2 gives you 4. Add the fractions together. So your denominator is 6, but what's your numerator going to be? 4 plus 5 is what?
9.
9.
It's 9. And then you need to write it as a mixed number. And I don't know which one of you did it first. You guys can just tell me if you want to try it on your own.
It would be 1 and 3 over 6.
1 and 3, I think.
So 6 goes into 9 one time with 3 left over. Now, this is what I tell my students all the time. I'm like, you'd get it wrong. And you'd be like, really? I got the common denominator. I rewrote the fractions. I added down and I wrote a mixed number. Why would I get this wrong? Well, remember the GED is multiple choice. This will probably be on there as one of the choices, and this isn't correct because 3 over 6 reduces.
Right.
There's one more thing you have to remember to do.
It's 1/3.
You're close. You're close. 3. Reduce the top and the bottom by 3. 3 over 3 is 1. 6 over 3 gives you
1 and 1/2.
1 and
3
1/2.
and 2. Okay.
Yep, 1 and 1/2. Take a second to write it down. So let me change my color for 1 second because I like to do that a lot. Yeah, it's a lot. So the first step was this, figuring out a common denominator. The second step was rewriting the fractions. Then we had to add the fractions together. Then we had to rewrite it as a mixed number. Then we had to reduce it. 5 different things for just one multiple choice question. It's a lot.
Right.
It's a real lot. Okay, let's do this because I don't want them all to run together. Let's pop down to the line number 3.
Okay.
I'm down here, and it doesn't mean it's any harder. It's just if we do 2 and then 3, it's gonna be a mess. So let's just do 3, and then I have pages of these, so we're fine. The issue is finding a common denominator between 4, 2, and 20. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to list multiples of 4. So 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 3, 4 times 4, 4 times 5. Whoops, I just saw a 20.
Yeah.
Okay. So if 4 goes into 20, I know 2 goes into 20, and I know 20 goes into 20. So that's my common denominator. Sometimes if you just start writing the multiples for one of them, you figure it out really quick. All right, you guys. So I'm going to rewrite the fractions all with a 20. And the bottom fraction, you don't have to do anything to. So I'm going to rewrite it as 3 over 20.
So
when you multiply the top fraction by, 4 times what makes 20?
6.
Close.
5.
Yep.
5. Okay.
That's okay. 4 times 5 is 20, so 3 times 5 is 15.
Yeah.
And then what are you going to multiply 2 by to get 20?
10.
Yep. So multiply the top and the bottom both by 10. Again, the bottom one you just copied. Okay, I'm just going to go in this direction because I'm running out of room. So my denominator is 20. My numerator is 15 plus 10 plus 3. What does that give you if you add all 3 of those together?
28.
38 over 20.
28 over 20. Yep, it's 28 over 20. Okay, let's do the mixed number. So 20 goes into 28 one time with 8 left over.
Okay.
And again, we're wrong. We haven't done anything wrong, but if this was a multiple choice question and we chose this, we wouldn't get credit because 8 over 20 reduces. What's the largest number that divides evenly to 8 over 20?
4.
Yep. Girls are like digit whizzes. This is so nice. So I'm going to copy the 1. 8 divided by 4 gives you what?
That would be 1/10.
8 divided by 4 gives you 2.
And then it'd be 20. And then you break it down again, right?
We'll do 20 divided by 4.
I'm sorry, 5. Why do I keep saying 6? It's 5.
1.
What's today? Isn't it the 6th? It's because today's May 6th. That's why.
Oh my gosh. 6.
Maybe that's. All right. Let's stop and here. Let me get a color. Hold on. I'm grabbing pink just for fun. Okay. So first thing we had to do is we had to get a common denominator. Second thing we had to do is we had to rewrite all of these fractions with the common denominators. Third thing we had to do was combine the fractions. So add the top, copy the bottom, rewrite it as a mixed number, reduce it. Take a look at all 5 of those steps and make sure you understand all the parts. So far, so good? Okay. Let's try the one that's next to the 3. Okay. I love these packets. There's like rows, like number 3 is a row. So let's do the other one in row number 3. Do you guys want to try to do it all by yourself on a piece of paper just to try it, and then we'll do it together?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Why don't you guys try it?
Okay, I'm a little stuck.
That's okay. You can ask a question or you can wait, whatever you want to do.
Okay, so when I divide the 12 to the 24, it goes in there twice. So it's 2 whole?
You ended up
Because
with 2. So
because
you
the
used wait, what
12.
denominator did you use? You used a
12.
24. Huh?
I 12.
12.
Because 2 times 6 is 12, 6 times 2 is 12, and 3 times 4 is 12. So that's what common denominator I used.
And that's fine. And that is a common denominator. You could have used 18.
Yeah.
You also could have used 6.
Okay.
You could have used 18.
You could
I
have.
know. How could you with 4?
No,
Oh, yeah.
we're doing this one right here.
3 times
Oh, I was on the other one.
3. I'm avoiding that second row right now. I figured we'll get through the presentation and then we'll come back to it. It's too squishy the way and I don't know if you guys can tell, but I even tried to blow it up and it's
Yeah.
kind of blurry. And so, yeah, I'm trying to give us some room.
So what
So,
I
yeah,
did,
what did you guys, I'm sorry, go ahead.
24 over 12, which 12 goes in there twice.
Right.
Because 24. So the whole number would be 2.
So you used a common denominator of 12. What did you use?
Um,
Did you get that far?
1 second. 1 second. I'm still working on the problem.
Yeah, you're good.
Maybe I did it, baby.
Did you do it like this?
Yeah, that's what I did. And then I
Okay.
got 24 over 12. Or
Mhm.
no,
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
I'm good. That's
And then
what
12 goes into 24 2 times with none left over.
yeah, right. That's why I used.
I'm going to write you guys' names down because unless you talk, it doesn't put your name up. And I keep forgetting them. So you're Christy, right? Okay, wait. All I see is TW. Talk for 1 second.
Yes, Talisha Watkins.
Tylisha. Okay, I need to write it
Yes.
down. Tylisha. Okay, just so I have it right here. This is hard because I can't see everybody and it's hard to remember names. Okay, so Christy, you're good. If that's what you got, you're good to go. You're done. Tylisha, does this look similar to yours? Or if it doesn't, do you see your error?
I am still, I was still working on the problem because I had to, I thought we were doing the other problem, so I kind of just started over and did all the multiple.
Well, hey, wait, did you do the other one? Did you finish it?
No.
No.
No,
Okay.
I stopped doing that one. But for the improper fraction, did anybody get 44 over 12?
We got 24 over 12.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So take a look. If you look on the screen, you'll see all the fractions rewritten. You should have an 8 over 12, a 10 over 12, and a 6 over 12.
Yes. Okay. Oh yeah, equal 2. Yeah.
Now watch this, you guys. I want to show you something. Hold on. So I told you, you could have used 6. You could have used 18. So I'm going to use 6 for a second.
Okay.
I just want to show you this real quick. So the first fraction, I'd have to multiply it by 2, right? 3 times 2 and 2 times 2.
Mm-hmm.
Second fraction stands alone. Third fraction, I'd multiply by 3. 2 times 3 gives me 6. 1 times 3 gives me 6. Are you ladies following me, or am I confusing you?
No, it's okay.
Okay, so your denominator is 6. Your numerator is 4 plus 5 plus 3, which is just 12 on the top, 6 on the bottom. 6 goes into 12 2 times with none left over. So,
Okay.
and I'm not going to do it with the 18, but I think you get the picture.
Yeah.
You can't screw these up if you don't use the same denominator as the person next to you. If you do all the methods, like I said, like First, find a common denominator. Second, rewrite all the fractions. Third, add them together. Fourth, oops, over here. Fourth, rewrite it as a mixed number. And then sometimes 5 we have to reduce. We didn't have to do that in this case. But follow the pattern and they're going to be right.
Okay.
You can't, I mean, if you're sitting at a table, because I know we're going to be at those tables in July, I just know it. You're sitting at the table and the person next to you is doing the same packet and the numbers look different. That doesn't mean that you were wrong. So, right?
I'm confused. I got the whole number. I'm like, that's why I was confused for the whole number.
I know it's one of those. So, you know what, whenever I teach algebra 2, and every time an answer is 0, it doesn't matter what we're doing. When the answer is 0, everyone panics. They're like, I don't know. I can't do this one. And I'm like, well, you just did 10. They're all the same. I can't do this one. Now something's wrong with it. And it's just because the answer is 0. Like certain things, like it was just too clean and pretty of a number. So it got everybody confused, right? It happens. It happens. But it's so funny. Every time the answer is 0, that's what happens. All right, let me clear my stuff because okay, now the packet makes it seem like we're going to do two completely different things. I wanted to show you this page. So if you're in the packet, this is going to be your next page. There's no new method. They try to teach it like it's 2 different things. There's no new method. All they're saying here is if you'd like to, you can just multiply your denominators together. That will always give you a common denominator. Okay. So like the first example, 2/5 times, oops, our pen, 2/5 plus 3/4, you can use a denominator of 20, which is just multiplying these 2 together.
Okay.
That's all this was saying. And down here, they're just, down here they did it how we did it. I don't know why they make it 2 packets, or 2 different pages, but it's just, all we're gonna do is we're gonna continue to find a common denominator, add the fractions, write them as mixed numbers, and reduce them. We're going to continue doing that. And then at the end, I did take a snapshot of a couple of the verbal problems. Just if you guys want to do them, we don't have to. If you don't have the packets and you don't want to deal with them, we don't have to do them. Okay. All right. See this? I liked how they wrote these out. That this was written really nice. Oops. Let me get my. There, blue. Okay, so if you want to just multiply your denominators together, that'll always give you a common denominator. So in this case, 5 times 3 would give you 15.
15.
Yep, let's use that as our common denominator. So the top one we have to multiply both by 3. Bottom one we'd have to multiply both by 5. So what's your top fraction going to be?
9/15.
Yep, and the bottom one is what?
10/15.
Copy your denominator, add your numerators together.
Get 1 and 4/15.
Yep, 9/15. It's going to give you 1 and 4/15. Now nothing goes into 4 that also goes into 15, so you can't reduce it, so you're safe. Okay. Next one. I'm going to put a little star by the denominators, multiply those 2 numbers together. What do you get?
12.
9/12 and 4/12.
You're flying.
13/12. It'll be 1 and 1.
Wait. You're going way more. Well, you're going way faster than my computer pen. My mouse. Oh, there we go. Perfect. And then you got, you already said it, didn't you? 13/12?
You get 1 and 1/2.
No, 1 and 1/12.
1 and 1/12.
If you forget to write that little 1 in the 12, you do that. All right, why don't you guys try to finish this? Let me take a second. You work on the last 3, and then we'll go through and do them. You guys can tell me what the answers are at the end, and then we'll check them, just so you can have some practice. Hi, I'm Shannon. We're just working on adding fractions.
Hi, Shannon. 15. I'm done.
All of them? Okay, let's wait for Christy to finish.
Okay. I'm done.
You're done too? Okay, and then we have another new person. I don't know the name, couldn't tell. It's T and F are the initials. I can't see the name. But
It's Tashana.
Tashana, okay, hold on, writing it down. Hi, how are you?
I'm fine.
Okay, there we go. All right, so Tylisha, what'd you get for the first one?
For the first one, I got 9/10.
9/10?
Yeah.
Okay. Christy, what'd you get for the second one?
16/21.
Okay.
Good.
And then Tylisha, what'd you get for the third one?
4/5.
4/5. Okay, let's test them. So if I did these, I would have a common denominator of 10. I would multiply the bottom and the top by 2 for the first fraction, bottom and the top by 5 for the second fraction. Add down the top 4 plus 5. Oops, I didn't write it like I've been. Gives you 9. Copy the bottom. Perfect. Good job. All right. Oops, this is 21 and this is 21. Top and bottom by 3. Top and bottom by 7. Add down, yep, 16/21. And now the factors of 21, there's not many, 7 and 3.
Right.
None of
I
those
was
numbers, yeah. It almost makes you think like a 3 would go in there because of the 6, but it doesn't, you know? Kind of tricks you. So 6 and 5, I'm going to use a 30 because that little packet said just multiply them together like we're going to do. All right, so the bottom one is multiplied by 6. Top one's multiplied by 5. Add them together. I have 27/30. Now this reduces. I'm going to reduce this by 3. 27 divided by 3 gives me 9. 30 divided by 3 gives me 10. Did you put 8?
I wonder where did I go wrong with that one?
So if you put an 8 over a 10, you would have got 4/5.
Wait, this is 5/6 over 2/3.
No,
Oh,
2/5.
2/5. Okay, because I used 30 as a common denominator, and then I got 10/30 and 12/30.
Oh, I
And
see what
then,
you did wrong. Wait, that's what you did wrong. So the top, you need to multiply the top and the bottom by 5. And it's
oh, yes,
5
yes,
times.
yes.
There it is.
Why did I use, what? Okay, maybe I need
Well,
to
it's
slow down.
really blurry. That 5 you could have, I mean, I can see where you thought that 5 was a 2. It's really blurry.
Okay. Okay, so that's
Mhm.
25. Okay, so 25 and 12.
Gives you,
25 over 30 and
you know
then
what,
12
that's
over
gonna give
30.
you, wait. You know what, ladies? 25 and 12 gives you 37.
Yeah, 25 and 12 gives you 37 over 37 over 30. So the
Hold on.
fraction would be 1 and 1 over 1 and 30 and 1 and 7 over 30.
Yeah, hold on, let me rewrite it. So I have 37 over 30, my bad, equals 1 and 7 over 30, and then you can't reduce it at all.
Okay, so that's the answer.
All right, good. Yours, mine, and ours. Perfect. We got it. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So wait, let me clear our stuff. I forgot to do that. So do you guys have this all jotted down? Is there anything else you need to get from this page before we move on?
No, I don't.
You girls are all good. Okay. Ladies, I should say. Okay. Okay, now these have whole numbers with them. So these are mixed numbers. Rewrite each problem with whole number under whole numbers and fractions under fractions. Then add them and reduce.
Okay.
So first, let's rewrite these as, whoops, I don't want to use red. I'll stay red for this one, but sorry. 6 3/4. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is just pretend that we're only working with the 3/5 and the 3/4. And our common denominator would be 20. Okay. I'm going to clean up the first one, multiply the top and the bottom by 4. This down here, I'll multiply the top and the bottom by 5. Okay. Now, it's almost like there's two separate problems. So over here, I'm going to go 4 plus 6 is 10. And over here, I'm going to add this fraction. I've got 12 plus 15 over 20, which is 27 over 20, which is the same as 1 and 7 over 20. Okay, now, gosh, this is so frustrating how hard it is to change my colors. I'll just use green. Okay, this is what you're going to have to combine. You have 10 and 1 and 7/20. So you're going to combine your whole numbers together. So you're going to go 10 plus 1 and 7/20, but you're really just going to be combining these whole numbers together. So your final answer is 11 and 7 over 20.
I have no idea what you did.
Okay, then let's go back to the beginning. The first thing I did was I rewrote it. It used to be in left-right direction. I wrote it in up and down direction. Did you see that?
Kind of.
So I took
You
4
lost
and
me
3.
after the 4 times the 5. Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
So,
is that how you combined? Is that
so
so when you so you multiplied the whole number and the denominator and got a new denominator.
I didn't touch those whole numbers. Pretend like they're like over here. I put a wall up. 4 and 6 are over here. Done. I'm not even thinking of them. I'm just thinking of my 3/5 and my 3/4. And I took my 3/5 and I took my 3/4 and I got a common denominator and I added them together. And I mean, I did all like, look, I got a common denominator. I added
Just
them
like
together.
we did with the last ones.
Right, did everything. And then once I'm done, I got another whole number. So now that I've got a whole number, I can hand it over to the other whole numbers, right? But if you didn't have a whole number, you wouldn't have done that. Like you would have just left the 10 outside.
Mhm.
Like these are 4 plus 6. This is a whole number.
Mhm.
If you have 4 pizzas and then an extra box that only has 3/5 of a pizza in it,
Mhm.
and then somebody gives you their leftover pizza, they hand you 6 full boxes and then a box that's about 3/4 of the way full. How many pizzas do you have total? That's what we had to do. So we know we have 4 boxes and 6 boxes. We know we have 10 boxes. And then we take the 3/5 box and the 3/4 box and we try to combine them. You know, when you're trying to like shove pizza in
Okay.
one box. So we
Yeah.
shoved enough pizza in one box to make one full box. And then we had another box that had 7/20ths in it of pizza. So technically we have 11 boxes that are full, and then one box that's about 7/20ths, which is a very stupid number for pizza. Weird number. Like, does that make sense? A little bit?
Yeah, a little bit.
A little? Let's try
Okay.
another one. Let's try another
Okay.
one. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to get to my blue. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do, all I'm doing is I'm rewriting these. I have 7 full boxes and then one box that's got part of a pizza. My friend gives me hers left over. She has 9 full boxes and then an extra box that's kind of full, 2/3 of the way full. How many?
24.
So right now, hold up. I know I have 16 full boxes of pizza, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now let's take those fractions and see what those are. Like how much of a pizza is left over with those 2 little fraction boxes. So right, so your common denominator is 24. I heard somebody say it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Multiply by 3. Just be like, stop as soon as I confuse you. Multiply by 8.
Uh-huh.
This gives you 16. Add them together, so you have 15 plus 16 in the numerator, 24 in the denominator. This gives you 31 over 24. 24 goes into 31 one time with 7 left over, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we took those pieces parts. We were able to fill one more full box, and then we have 7/24 in the leftover box. So we, to begin with, had 16 full boxes. Then we shoved all the rest of the stuff in boxes, and we were able to get one more full box.
Mm-hmm.
So we have 17 full boxes, and the box that's just partially full has 7/24 pieces.
Okay. Okay, that makes much better sense.
How are you doing, Christy? Are you following me with this pizza thing?
Yep.
Are you hungry now that we're
I
talking about
like
pizza?
pizza. I so was gonna go get a box of pizza.
Oh my God, I'm dying. It needs to have like cheese and pepperoni on it because like this is killing me. And I have kale upstairs. What am I thinking? Like, all right, let's talk about kale.
Eat the kale. Don't eat the pizza.
Oh, I want pizza. This is killing me. All right, let's do the last one. Let's seal the deal. They say if you do 3 problems, that the third one is the one that like locks it. Like, I got it. So hopefully we're like, I got this. All right, so
Yeah.
let's write it down. So 8 and 5/9 is the first one. And now I'm just literally writing it as a column. So I have 8 full boxes and then one that's got a partial pizza. My friend's got 3 full boxes and then a partial pizza. So all together, we know we have 11 full boxes, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, what's our common denominator with 5/9 and 2/3?
9.
27.
9.
It can be 9 and it can be 27. So you're both right. Because
should we use 9 since 9 is smallest and we have to reduce?
That like was awesome that you just even said that. Yes, I wish I knew where the eraser was, but we're going to use 9. So 5/9 is the first one, and then multiply the top and the bottom by 3. It gives you a 6 on the top.
Mm-hmm.
Copy your denominator, add the tops. So you have 5 plus 6. It gives you 11 over 9.
Mm-hmm.
9 goes into 11 one time with 2 left over. Okay, so we had 11 boxes. We just filled one more box, and then we have just a couple left in that extra little box. So how many full pizzas do we have?
12.
And then 2 9ths.
Yeah, because you can't reduce to 2 9ths.
Mm-hmm. And since it's 6:55, I do not think that we should open up the next can of worms, which is word problems. So,
oh no, please
right?
don't open
Who
it.
who
Can
does
we
that
wait?
and then goes upstairs and eats kale? Like, I think I'd rather drown. Ew. Ugh. So maybe next week we'll do that. If you girls are
You know that's
available,
one of my biggest struggles is the word problem. So maybe we should wait till next week.
well, that's what I was gonna say. I looked at the schedule, and as of this afternoon, nobody was signed up for next Wednesday to tutor. So if
Well,
you
sign
girls
me
want
up.
to come, are you guys free next Wednesday? Because I'll just
Yeah.
and then we'll continue here and we'll do the word problems.
Yes, yes, I am totally free.
Okay. So well, and of course, if you don't show up, you're not in trouble. Obviously, it's but I'll make sure that I sign up to do the extension to this in the word problems, and then we can review some, and then we'll put the word problems up. We are not talking about pizza though, ladies. Okay, apples or something.
Okay.
I'm too hungry.
Pretzel.